these are derivatives of a underlying asset, that is milk. So milk से ये सब नीचे के products बनते हैं, right? Similar is the case in derivatives. Derivatives has two types, future and option. Now future and option, ये दोनों, I'll explain you what is it, what is a future, what is an option, everything, and how future and option derives its value from other underlying asset. ठीक है, currently you just understand इतना कि डेरिवेटिव ये होता है कि जिसने अपनी खुद की वैल्यू डिराइव की है कोई और दूसरे एसेट से. परफेक्ट. नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट. Now first we'll start with futures. I hope you can see the presentation. So what are futures? Okay, now let's go with the name itself, future. Future is something ahead of the present time, right? That is future. Now when was this futures, or what is this futures? We'll try to understand that. Okay, so we'll go to history of futures, how it all started. His futures started off in 1600 BC. Okay, when the Romans and the ancient Greeks, it is during that time. Now what is this futures market? पहले क्या होता था? When there used to be kingdoms, so the king earlier he had, one few you can say like kind of departments. So एक ऐसे लोग होते थे who used to be only warriors. Okay, so their work was only to fight wars. So they used to train artillery and different warfare techniques and everything. एक होते थे जो सिर्फ farming करते थे. So they used to provide food and they used to farm and provide food to the entire kingdom, right? अब problem क्या होता था कि since during that time, for example, अगर एक farmer समझो he is growing only potatoes. So what used to happen, many of the farmers closer to him or whoever, even they used to keep on only growing potatoes. Problem ये हो जाता था कि that time there was no data over there that okay कि how many people are growing potatoes, what is the total the market for potatoes, and what will be the cost for it when it comes in the market and everything. So everybody used to do the same thing. Eventually, when they used to get the all the farmers used to get the potatoes in the market, that time they used to realize यार हमने तो बहुत ज़्यादा supply कर दिया, demand इतनी है नहीं, because everyone was just growing potatoes. इसमें problem क्या होता था कि eventually some other asset class या some other commodity उसकी price बढ़ जाती थी. Reason being, for example, people used to eat potatoes and maybe chapati, roti or whatever. If everybody started growing potatoes, so potatoes के price गिर जाते थे, but wheat के price बढ़ जाते थे because none of the farmers were growing wheat, right? So these were the problems that were faced long time back. So Romans, the ancient Greeks, they saw that this was a problem. Since समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि what is the current price, what is the demand and supply. So farmers should understand this, right? So they came out with a concept known as futures. Now what are futures? They said कि the farmer should understand कि now should he grow or harvest potatoes or now should he harvest wheat. For this reason, the futures market was introduced, right? So अब क्या होता था? The retailers or distributors who used to buy potatoes or the wheat from farmers, वो पहले ही contract कर लेते थे farmers से, okay? So what used to happen? They used to come and they used to go and do a contract with the farmers, right? Saying that आज समझो 25th 26th है November. So they used to say कि मेरे को 31st December को 10 किलो potatoes चाहिए आपसे, right? So they used to say that after on 31st December I would require 10 kilos of potatoes from you. At a certain predetermined price. So what used to happen, the farmer now used to get an idea of what is the demand for next month and should he harvest potatoes or not. So if he used to be comfortable with a certain price, because the distributors now know the demand since they are directly selling to the consumers. So what used to happen, अगर बहुत सारा potato already inventory में पड़ा होता या अपने पास distributor या retailers के पास होता, they used to give a very low price, right, to the farmer, saying that यार 31st December को मेरे को 10 किलो potato चाहिए, but 5 रुपए किलो से ही दूंगा मैं तेरे को या ऐसे कुछ. So this used to happen. The other farmers used to get discouraged कि यार इतना कम भाव मिल रहा है, it makes no sense. इससे better है कि मैं wheat grow करूँ. इससे क्या होता था? The demand and supply used to always be at the right inflection point, right? And ऐसे कभी after that the problem was resolved of earlier problem which was कि the farmer should not understand. They used to directly grow, harvest and then directly come to the market and then realize यार मेरा तो अभी कोई खरीदने नहीं वाला, मेरे को फेंकना पड़ेगा जो भी मेरा हार्वेस्ट. So futures market actually tried to resolve this problem which was there earlier. So the farmers got an idea that अच्छा, so maybe that potato का ज़्यादा ही supply चल रहा है, I should not harvest potatoes, I should go for some other crop, right? So eventually what happened? Eventually the price stability used to be there and there was no supply issue. So this is how the futures market helped. Hope this made things a little simpler for you, right? Now the application. In current scenario, who uses it and how it helps them, right? Now, many a times, futures market is used by exporters. Okay? How? So, what they use it for is the future market of currency. Okay? Most of the exporters, they either sell in dollars or whichever country they are exporting to, but generally it will be in US dollars, okay, since it's a world reserve currency. So, भले आप यहाँ से तूर दाल भेजो, बासमती राइस भेजो, स्पाइसेस भेजो, या इलेक्ट्रिकल गुड्स भेजो, जो भी है, generally with any country you try to deal with, you will have a US dollar as your main currency. So both the countries will use US dollar. Now, currency will also have a futures market. Okay. Now remember one thing. जितना रुपी डेप्रिशिएट होता है, राइट, उतना फायदा होता है एक्सपोर्टर्स को इंडिया में. नाउ आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू हाउ. आज फॉर एग्जांपल समझो $1 ₹70 का है. लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल, अज्यूम दैट. ठीक है. एंड समझो आई सेल पोटैटोज. ओके. सो I have made a deal with the US guy कि I'll sell you 1 kilo of potato at $1. So, वो जो बंदा है, what he says, okay, I will give you $1, you give me 1 kilo of potatoes. ठीक है. Now what happens? I sell him 1 kilo of potatoes, he gives me $1. When I receive that $1, I go to the bank. और बैंक से मैं करेंसी, इंडियन करेंसी में चेंज करूँगा क्योंकि यहाँ पे तो डॉलर्स कौन एक्सेप्ट करने वाला है, कोई नहीं करने वाला. सो व्हाट आई डू, आई एक्सचेंज इट विद द बैंक एंड आई गेट ₹70 in my pocket, right? After 6 months, what happens? Again I go and again I do the same deal with the person. I said I'll sell you 1 kilo of potato, you give me $1. He says okay. But जब मैं अभी बैंक में जाता हूँ, that time the banker gives me ₹75, right? So I did nothing else. I sold the same potatoes, same quantity, same rate in dollar terms. However, I got more money. Last time मुझे 70 मिला था, इस बार 75 मिला. Correct? Futures market helps the exporters. Now how? Now this might get a little complex. Maybe I'll try to explain you in terms of commodity players. Like I said कि commodity player को भी कुछ चीजें इंपोर्ट करनी पड़ती है, कुछ चीजें एक्सपोर्ट करता है वो, राइट? सो इफ द डॉलर अप्रिशिएट्स एंड द रुपी डेप्रिशिएट्स, तब जो भी एक्सपोर्ट करेगा उसको फायदा होगा, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एग्जैक्टली लाइक आई सेड, द पोटैटो गाय, he made 5 rupees extra after 6 months since because the rupee depreciated. Same case if there's an importer. So for example, we import gold, we import crude oil. तो उसके लिए क्या होगा? He has to pay extra money, right? To stop this and to decrease this volatility, people enter into futures market, right? अब ये फ्यूचर मार्केट में क्या करेंगे? They will try to get a fixed rate for the currency. So what they'll do, they'll go to the bank. Okay? They will, because now they know that they have a contract कि 6 महीने बाद एक बंदे ने उनको बोला है कि मैं 1 किलो पोटैटो लूंगा, बट दे आर एक्सपेक्टिंग कि देयर माइट बी अ रिस्क कि अगर रुपी अप्रिशिएट हो गया तो 70 का 65 हो गया, तो आई विल लूज दैट 5 rupees, राइट, विच आई माइट गेट टुडे. So what these people will do, they will go to the bank and they'll say, सर अभी रेट क्या चालू है? तो he'll say $1 का 70 रुपया. What he will say, सर मुझे एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आ रहा है 6 महीने बाद $1 का, राइट? फ्यूचर 6 months बाद, मतलब फ्यूचर में 6 महीने बाद एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आ रहा है, तो आप मुझे अभी ही बताइए कि 6 months के बाद अपन एक रेट फिक्स करते हैं डॉलर और रुपी का, और वो हिसाब से आप मुझे पैसे दे दो. करेक्ट? सो द सेलर ऑफ पोटैटोज, ही विल गेट अ फ्यूचर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट विद द बैंक इटसेल्फ in the currency market. Since he does not want that risk, he does not want to withhold that risk with him, the currency risk, so abhi hi contract mein utar jayega. Now leave about the currency. Let's talk only about commodities. Let's take an example कि for example आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि एक 10 दिन बाद ऑनियंस या कांदा का भाव बहुत बढ़ने वाला है, right? So what you do, you go and you go to the retail shop down where from where you generally buy your onions, and you tell him कि बॉस आप एक काम करो, मुझे अभी ही, मैं आपको अभी फिक्स कर देता हूँ, अभी कितना रेट चालू है, समझो 20 रुपया किलो चालू है ऑनियन, आप मुझे एक हफ्ते बाद, क्योंकि मेरे पास तो घर पे पड़ा है ऑनियन, बट व्हाट आई फील कि 10 days बाद यही 40-50 रुपए किलो से जाएगा ऑनियन. सो व्हाट यू डू, यू गो टू हिम, यू से कि सर एक काम करो, 20 रुपया है ना, आप एक काम करो 22 रुपया ले लो मेरे से, बट मुझे 10 दिन बाद घर पे डिलीवर कर देना 1 किलो ऑनियन. दिस इज हाउ यू हैव एंटर्ड इनटू अ फ्यूचर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट विद द ऑनियन सेलर एट अ predetermined price, right, and a future date. This is exactly what futures market talks about. Okay, now how do people use it? There are two things how people use it. Okay, one is arbitrage, I'll explain what is that, and one is hedging. Now what is arbitrage? I'll explain you that. Arbitrage matlab, let's take for example the onion seller who was down, okay, from where you buy onions. So right now you're getting onions at 20 rupees per kilo, right? After 10 days or after a month, on 31st December you expect that यार इसी कांदे का भाव या इसी ऑनियन का भाव 80 रुपए तक जाएगा. Okay, what happens that you get into a contract with the onion seller saying that sir मैं आपको 25 रुपया देता हूँ, आप मुझे 31st December को 1 किलो कांदा दो. ऑनियन सेलर इज ऑल्सो हैप्पी, because he does not know what is going to happen. So he says like हाँ ले लो, अभी 20 रुपया में ले रहा था, मेरे को 25 रुपया दे रहा है बंदा, ठीक है. Eventually what happens that on 31st December the rate of onion is 50 rupees. Okay, so you are the most happiest person at that point of time. Reason being, तुमने तो तुम्हारा बाइंग प्राइस डिसाइड कर दिया था 25 रुपया. So how much have you gained? So if you take that onion on 31st December, so you have already paid 25, but in the market the current rate is 50 rupees. So even if you sell it to other people at that point of time, you have already made 25 rupees of profit, right? This is how the futures market works. Okay, this is, I've explained you in very simple terms how this works. So this is how you enter into futures market, because you think that going ahead the price might rise, and hence you want to enter into a contract right now, right? Now there's something known as arbitrage. Arbitrage is known as a risk-free profit. Now this you can also use in stock market. Okay. Now remember one thing. The current, let's go to the onion seller again. Onion seller का current price क्या है? 20 रुपए. 20 rupees is his current price, right? What he is asking you for? 25 rupees. Okay, 25 rupees is what he is asking you for. Let's take the example of the onion seller. ठीक है? Onion seller के लिए right now he's selling onions for 20 rupees, right? And you have already paid him 25 rupees. So he's already sitting on a 5 rupee profit, extra profit, right? The same way we can do it in capital markets also. Okay? In capital markets, in stock market, you can do the same thing. Now this might, I know it might be a little confusing what is happening, because there are many people who have not even traded in the markets, but I'm just giving you an example. For the onion seller, he's already in profit. Reason being, he was already selling at 20 rupees, and on 31st December, he is selling the same thing for 25 rupees to the person. So he's already made that 5 rupees extra profit, right? Because if the prices fall going ahead, the onion seller would also lose money. But what he has done, he has hedged his position, and he's already made the extra 5 rupee profit right now. So even he is happy. Arbitrage works in the same way. So in stock market, there's something known as the current price and the future price, right? So just remember for you right now that it is a risk-free profit. The difference between the current price and the future price is known as a risk-free profit. Okay. So if anyone, I mean, I know that it will be a little difficult to understand, but you can Google it. So it will also help you to understand more in detail. I have just introduced you to the concept of arbitrage, what is it, and how you should go about it. Okay. Now hedging. Now hedging I've already explained. It's just a different term here used, a technical term. Hedging is exactly what I said about the currency market. ठीक है? कि for example, किसी बंदे को potato sell करना है, $1 उसको मिल रहा था, so it was 70 rupees he used to get. Going 6 months down the line, since it became 75 rupees, he made a profit. If in case it would have become 65, he would have made a loss in comparison to the earlier. To avoid this volatility, people get into a concept known as hedging, right? Hedging जो मैंने exactly explain किया था, पहले ही आप जाके बैंकर को बोल दोगे कि सर मेरे को 6 महीने बाद एक डील आया है, तो मेरे को अब भी ही बताओ कि तब भी जो मेरे को डॉलर्स आएंगे, अब भी मुझे बताओ कि क्या रेट पे मुझे मिलेगा, उसके लिए चाहिए तो मैं आपको एक सर्टेन प्रीमियम देने तैयार हूँ, ठीक है? बट गिव मी अ फिक्स रेट. दिस इज नोन एज hedging. Okay, so that you have decreased the volatility or the risk involved in currency. That is used as known as hedging. So many of the exporters use this. Okay, I've just introduced you to the concept. Go read about it. You'll understand more in detail. Okay. Now let's jump to options. Now what is options? Option, as the name suggests, it's a option to the buyer. Now what is it? Now it's written, option is a right to buy at a predetermined price. ठीक है, ये तो फ्यूचर में भी था. No obligation unlike futures. Now this is a different term. Now this is something different from future. So let's take an example again. Let's go to the onion seller example. In the example of onion sellers, the current market price was 20 rupees, right? The onion seller is selling you at 25. Okay. Let's take that on 31st December, the price of the onion falls at 10 rupees. Okay. Now, you're the most unhappiest person at that point of time. Reason being, तुमने सोचा कि 31 दिसंबर तक यार ऑनियन का रेट तो बहुत बढ़ जाएगा, बट हुआ क्या, उल्टा हो गया. ऑनियन का प्राइस गिर गया, 10 रुपए हो गया. तो तुमने सोचा यार 31 दिसंबर को यार, अरे यार बहुत बड़ी गलती कर दी मैंने, बिकॉज आई पेड 25 रुपीज. इफ आई वुड हैव वेटेड एंड नॉट ट्राई टू गेस कि क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा, आई वुड हैव बॉट द सेम ऑनियन एट 10 रुपीज पर किलो, राइट? बट द ऑनियन सेलर इज वेरी हैप्पी. He said, चलो बाबा मैं बच गया, नहीं तो 31 दिसंबर को मेरे को नॉर्मल दूसरे लोग आते थे 10 रुपए में बेचना पड़ता था, बट इसीलिए मैंने पहले ही पैसे ले लिए एक तो, और वही 25 रुपए ले लिए. सो ही इज वेरी हैप्पी, राइट? इन फ्यूचर्स, नो मैटर व्हाट हैपेंस, you have to go to back to the onion seller because you have made an agreement with him कि no matter what happens, I will complete this contract with you, right? तो अगर 10 रुपया भी भाव हो गया, एज पर फ्यूचर्स मार्केट, यू हैव टू गो टू द सेम ऑनियन सेलर एंड टेल हिम कि भाई हाँ ठीक है, मैं गलत हो गया. सो ही विल बी हैप्पी, यू विल बी सैड, बट देन यू हैव टू टेक द ऑनियंस एट 25 रुपीज ऑन 31st December फ्रॉम हिम ओनली. दिस इज इन फ्यूचर्स. इन ऑप्शंस you have one advantage. Okay. Now what is that advantage? In options, you don't have to go back to the same onion seller. Let me explain how. So what is an option? Let me explain you again with a new example. Let's take an example कि कुछ नया फोन आया मार्केट में, ठीक है? अब वो फोन यू आर गेटिंग एट 20,000 रुपीज. ओके. नाउ व्हाट यू थिंक कि यार ये अभी लॉन्च हो गया है फोन, ये 20,000 है, मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है कि इसका डिमांड इतना आने वाला है समझो फोन का कि 10 से 15 दिन बाद यही फोन 25,000 में बिकेगा मार्केट में. ठीक है. सो व्हाट यू डू, you go and you go to the mobile retailer shop. You tell him कि भाई एक काम करो, मेरे को ये मोबाइल चाहिए. तो he said ठीक है. शायद कितने का है? जैसे 20,000 रुपए का. बट what you think कि ये मोबाइल 15 दिन बाद 25,000 को मिलेगा, राइट? सो you go and book this phone and tell him कि भाई मेरे को 15 दिन बाद ही फोन चाहिए क्योंकि मेरे पास पैसा है नहीं अभी, ये 500 रुपया ले लो डाउन पेमेंट, ठीक है? और मैं 25 तारीख को आऊँगा, 15 दिन बाद आऊँगा, और 15 दिन बाद ये फ़ोन आपसे 20,000 में लेके जाऊँगा. मैं अभी बुक कर रहा हूँ. सो द फोन गाय इज ऑल्सो हैप्पी से, चलो मेरे को एक ये मिल गया, सेलर मिल गया. So he is happy. He is getting 500 rupees right now. Now what happens? 15 दिन बाद अब जब डालते हो, you see that the same phone is now available at 15,000 रुपए. So you say, "Arey yaar, the same phone I can get in the market at 15,000 rupees. I have already booked the phone at 20,000 and I've already paid him 500 rupees a down payment. In future, you have to go to him and take the phone at 20,000 rupees. In options, however, you have the liberty. You say, अरे यार छोड़ जाने देना, 500 रुपया ही जाएगा ना, मैं काम करता हूँ कि वो 500 रुपये जाने दे, बाहर दूसरे शॉप से 15,000 रुपए से वही फोन ले लेता हूँ." This is the best part about options. You can just go book the contract. If you don't want while the time of delivery of the phone, if you do not want to take it from the same seller, you can just scrap it and you can go and buy it at whatever available price is there. So this is the best part about option. Okay? You will say,
Hello, sir. Excuse me.
hello. Yeah.
Sir, can you use English instead of Hindi?
Sure, definitely.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, as I was explaining, that in options, you have that liberty, okay, unlike a futures contract, that you have to go to the same onion seller. In options, if you do not want to go to the same person from whom you have bought the mobile, you can say that I don't want to go to that person. I'll just rather go to some other mobile shop and I'll buy the same thing. I'll repeat again that you were getting the phone for 20,000. You went to the shopkeeper. You told him that I'm giving you 500 as down payment. Okay. You book the phone for me. I will come after 15 days and take the phone from you for 20,000 rupees. Right? Eventually what happened, after 15 days, the same phone was available at 15,000 rupees. So you say that it's okay even if I lose that 500, I don't want to go back to that shopkeeper. Because if I go, he'll tell me now you have to take the phone at 20,000. You say you let it be, I don't want the down payment, whatever I had paid, the token I had paid. I will go and rather go to some other retailer, some other shopkeeper and buy the same phone at 15,000. Because if I go to the same shopkeeper, I have to pay 20,000. If I don't, I have already paid 500 to the earlier shopkeeper and I have to pay 15,000. So my entire total cost of my mobile phone is 15,500. 15,000 for the phone that I'll take and 500 that I had already paid to the earlier shopkeeper. Right? So my phone cost is now 15,500. But if I go to the earlier shopkeeper, I have to still pay 20,000. Right? It is 4,500 extra I have to pay to him. So in options, you have the liberty. That's why people love options, right? So if you have that option of not to go to the same seller, you're more than happy. Correct? There are two jargons that I'll use, something known as a call option and something known as a put option. Now, in options, we say something known as call and something known as put. Just write it down or note it down wherever you can. In case whenever you're studying about options or whatever that you'll understand, you can Google it. So just remember now that calling an option is buy, put is sell. Just remember that. Okay. Put is sell, call is buy. That's it. You just need to remember these two things. Okay. That's it. Now, where do we use it? Again, we use it for hedging, right? Hedging, exactly like I told you about currency, the same way you have hedged yourself. Hedging is basically, you know what? Hedging is basically reducing your risk. Okay. In very plain, simple terms, hedging is reducing the risk. So that's why you enter into such contracts, because you did not want the price to fluctuate so much. That's why you entered into a contract, a future contract, right? Now that is why we use these two options and futures, right? Something that is basically to hedge. Hedge is basically what? To reduce the risk. Like I had told you, the farmers in ancient Greece and the Romans used to do it. They wanted to reduce the risk of price volatility, and hence they came out with these contracts. Why? So that farmers understand what is the demand, what is the supply. Because then what used to happen, that today you have wheat at X amount, after a month you have the same wheat for 10x the amount, right? The third month you have the same wheat for half the amount. So they did not want this risk. They did not want this volatility. That's why they came out with such contracts. Perfect. Now, I think it will be a little overweight for everyone. So I think we could stop here, and you could ask me any questions if possible. Questions to anyone?